Hi, my name is Carly.
I'm Jolene.
I'm Lorenzo.
And I'm Blake, and we have done our research and project on Toyota. So to kick it off with an introduction, Toyota is an automotive manufacturer categorized as a Japanese multinational company. Toyota was founded in 1933 in Japan, and due to their growth and success, 20 years later, they were able to expand into the United States. In 1968, they introduced the Toyota Corolla, which has now sold over 40 million vehicles. And today, Toyota has sold 230 million vehicles and is the world's largest automotive producer in the world. Now, along with the introduction comes a mission statement. The mission statement reads, to attract and attain customers with high-value products and services and the most satisfying ownership experience in the world. Three different visions they have are: one, enriching lives in a safe and secure way; the second being exceeding expectations through innovation and quality; and the third being challenge goals for employees. One of Toyota's biggest goals is to produce cars that are environmentally friendly. Environmental Challenge 2050 is the name of one of those goals. In this goal, they want to go beyond zero environmental impact and achieve a net positive impact. And they plan to do that by eliminating almost all carbon dioxide emissions from new Toyota vehicles, ensure all Toyota facilities and processes conserve and protect water resources, and ensure all Toyota facilities processes support a recycling-based society, just to name a few. And now on to external environments with Jolene.
Considering the external environment, Toyota has a multitude of suppliers such as Honda, Hyundai, Nissan, and Ford. One of their suppliers, Denso Company, helps to make sure that they are fully supplied with what they need. Regulators such as the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration regulates how safety is applied within the company. Examples include seatbelt safety and airbags. Another regulator, which would be the Environmental Protection Agency, focuses on environmental aspects such as air pollutants and regulating waste disposal. A special interest group that is often associated with Toyota is Lexus because it is one of the more popular brands that Toyota owns. Under general elements, their tax policies fall under political elements. New product development falls under technological elements, and economic factors are the growth, exchange, and inflation of interest rates. Now on to Lorenzo with the strengths and weaknesses.
Toyota's name in itself gives them an edge in the car manufacturing business. They have been around for nearly 100 years, and they have provided a solid reputation within the vehicle business during their time. Toyota is highly innovative. They created the first hybrid car, the Toyota Prius, in 1997 in Japan. They are constantly brainstorming ways to enhance their company, and it helps to have manufacturing companies all over the world to produce your product so that Toyota's brand can reach a worldwide audience. Also, being a car manufacturing business means that Toyota has a lot of competition each year. Some examples are Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Nissan, Mazda, etc. So they should emphasize creating consistent and efficient products to maintain their top tier automotive business. A recent incident for the company was the airbag manufacturing accident, where Toyota had to recall nearly 3 billion vehicles in 2017. Customers hear about this fault in their safety and can instantly reject any and all of their products. Now I'll pass it to Blake for the opportunities and threats of Toyota.
So Toyota has been faced with some opportunities and threats. The first opportunity they've been faced with is technology innovations. We've already seen Tesla introduce the electric car, but we're seeing Toyota get into that business by changing their gas cars to electric cars. Another technology innovation we've been seeing is the advanced technology found in the interior design of new cars. For example, in the new SE Apex Edition, we see features such as smart key systems, wireless smartphone charging, hands-free phone, as well as cruise control. Another opportunity Toyota has is creating more sustainable cars. We've already seen Toyota begin to take advantage of this opportunity by starting their Toyota Environmental Challenge 2050. The biggest threat that Toyota faces right now is gas prices. Over the last year, we've seen the average price of gas in America rise by 51.35% or $1.28 per gallon. And now on to the corporate level strategy with Car.
So Toyota uses a differentiation strategy. Toyota functions by implementing this business level strategy, which according to Michael Porter Generic Strategy, differentiation is a strategy used by businesses to separate themselves from their competitors. Toyota offers quality, sustainability, and reliability in their vehicles. Part of their differentiation strategy is their ability to create products that keep their value for so long, allowing them to offer prices that often reflect the high value of their vehicles. Toyota vehicles are known for low-cost maintenance and high quality. These vehicles often will maintain their value much longer than any other car industry, especially car industries that fall into the non-luxury category. This is a very important aspect to how Toyota functions as a company. They have a highly regarded reputation for the quality and the sustainable value of their products. By offering products that differ from their competitors, Toyota has an advantage at creating new technology and advancements in their products. This allows Toyota to create prices strategically that reflect the technological advancements. A similar differentiation strategy was implemented by Ford in 2012, but was not quite as successful as Toyota. Therefore, it would be safe to say that differentiation strategies must be modified to fit each specific company. Toyota uses a divisional organizational structure within its business to provide for a strong, efficient approach in having an organized company. They have more and more technologically advanced over the years in order to avoid suffering from entropy. Toyota implements a divisional organizational structure by sustaining goals and gaining direction. After suffering from poor response times to address safety problems, Toyota chose to implement this type of organizational structure. In doing so, Toyota prioritizes its global hierarchy, geographic divisions, and product-based divisions. This equips Toyota with aspects of flexibility in order to have better response capability. And now on to the crisis of COVID and microchip with Lorenzo.
There is no doubt that Toyota has faced an entire new realm of challenges following the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. For months, the Toyota manufacturing plants were shut down to allow for social distancing. The car parts made in other countries are also taking longer to ship to dealerships due to cargo, quarantine delays, and temporary factory shutdowns. With normal supply and demand, the balance of cars coming into each lot and being sold off of each lot would have been perfect. However, with the decrease in supplies, the cars were selling with no new cars to replace them in the spot on the sales lots. Then Toyota ran into the issue of paying too many car salesmen to sell a smaller number of cars than before at each dealership. Toyota had to make the tough decision to cut back on the amount of salespeople at each dealership. The payroll amount became too high to be sustainable for a long period of time with less revenue coming into the business. Some employees decided that they did not want to run the risk of catching COVID-19 or decided that they no longer wanted to work during the pandemic. And due to this, some Toyota dealerships are facing the opposite problem of not having enough employees. These businesses are providing incentives for their employees to coerce them into working for their company. These incentives have included paid vacations, more time off, and a higher salary. These incentives do not stop at the salesman, though. There are many incentives being offered to the buyer as well. These incentives include lower down payments, options to lease instead of buy, lower prices when paying with cash, and better financing options. There are also incentives for Olympic and Paralympic athletes, Uber drivers, college students, college graduates, members of the U.S. military. Despite the brand, cars are now being valued at a premium, which is at a much higher price than ever before. Individuals worldwide have also felt the economic impacts of the pandemic in their own bank accounts, meaning they cannot afford these new cars at such a high price. Because of this, the average middle-class person is now resorting to buying a used car much more often than buying a new one. The price for a used car has always been considerably lower than a new one, but with rising prices on both new and used cars, the used cars seem to be the obvious choice for the average person. Even when someone wants to buy a new car, it can be difficult for Toyota to even have that vehicle in stock due to increasing supply of cars. In order to appear that the car lot is still full, Toyota dealerships are spacing out the cars in the car lot to fill up the entire amount of space that would normally be filled up. Some Toyota dealerships are offering trade-ins, which allow for a price cut on the new vehicle they are purchasing. This makes the buyer feel that they are buying something at a much more fair price. Another issue that arose from the imbalance of supply and demand during COVID-19 was the decrease in production of the semiconductor chip, also known as the microchip. Microchips are used in every vehicle and many other necessities of modern society, like chips on credit cards. The need for these microchips dropped for a while during the start of the pandemic, but quickly increased. The microchip companies severely misjudged how long the decrease in demand would last. They fired many workers as they no longer needed as much help. When the demand increased again, these microchip manufacturing companies were very behind in production. There are only a few microchip manufacturers worldwide. So even with them all functioning at maximum capacity now, they still cannot meet the demand for microchips. These chips are very intricate and detailed. The companies that produce them cost billions of dollars to assemble before they can even start production. The average time from start to finish of the production of a microchip is 16 to 20 weeks, which does not include the transportation time to the car manufacturers and any other company that requires microchips for their product. Therefore, Toyota has now increased the amount of production of vehicles, but has a lack of microchips. So many vehicles have been manufactured, but are awaiting the final touches. Now I'm going to pass it to Jolene to talk about the floor mat crisis for Toyota.
Another crisis that Toyota went through was in 2009 when Toyota wrongly installed a floor mat into a Lexus. During this fatal accident, the floor mat got stuck under their gas pedal. The NHTSA got involved and enforced stricter safety on Toyota. An investigation, which lasted over a year, looked into other floor mat incidents within Toyota. Later in 2009, Toyota announced their recall on over 4.2 million floor mats. Toyota has made multiple public apologies and has since tried to improve their gas pedal. Now on to Carly with another crisis.
Toyota has been known to have several issues with seatbelts as well as airbags. Approximately 2.9 million Toyota vehicles have been recalled in the US. The car manufacturer announced in a press release. Toyota said that the safety recall is due to an airbag and seatbelt defect and involves several of their models and model years, including the 2011 to 2019 Corolla, the 2011 to 2013 Matrix, the 2012 to 2018 Avalon, and the 2013 to 2018 Avalon Hybrid. According to the company, the vehicles in question are dealing with an electronic control unit, an ECU issue, that may increase the risk or severity of injury in a crash. The ECU's purpose is to receive signals from crash sensors, Toyota explained. When the unit receives those signals, it sets off a reaction to deploy the airbags and tightly pull back the seatbelt of the driver and any passengers. However, the ECUs in some of Toyota's vehicles currently do not have adequate protection against certain electrical noise that can occur in certain crashes. Because of this, the units may not send efficient signals during a crash, which Toyota said could lead to incomplete or non-deployment of the airbags and/or seatbelt pretensioners. To solve the issue, Toyota explained that a noise filter can be installed between the airbag control module and its wire harness at their dealerships for free. For those who believe their vehicles may be impacted, the company recommended visiting their website and, in doing so, enter your VIN number or license plate. The car manufacturer also suggested visiting a local Toyota dealership to have the vehicle inspected before the installation, but confirmed that all owners impacted by the recall will be notified via mail by mid-March. And now onto the contingency plan with Blake.
So the route that Toyota has taken to create a contingency plan is creating a culture of preparing, preventing, and training their employees. For example, they prepare their employees on how to handle a crisis if needed. And then they train their employees to prevent crises. And they train those employees to train other employees to follow these other two steps.
And to wrap it up, Toyota is now looking at creating vehicles that are now more reliant upon energy and electricity rather than fuel. And that's it.